Welcome, my fellow friends in the Force, and something that has always fascinated me in the original trilogy was Luke Skywalker's character arc from Empire Strikes Back to Return of the Jedi. During the events of Empire Strikes Back, we got to see Luke as arrogant, closed-minded, and impatient, clouding his judgment with what Master Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi were trying to warn him before he left to go save his friends. He was not powerful enough to take on Vader on his own. He went anyway, ignoring their decision, much like what Anakin did with the Council during the Clone Wars. However, in the mere seconds of his duel with Vader, we could clearly see that Luke was completely outnumbered with the immense power of the dark side of the Force, with Vader many times toying with Luke until he had had enough, causing Luke to lose his right hand and barely escaping. This was a hard lesson for Luke to learn, as he had never lost to anyone before, let alone being his own father. In the next film, however, this is a completely different perspective of Luke we had never seen before. It is said that after his defeat to Vader, Luke spent close to a year learning more about the Force from Yoda and Obi-Wan. He had completely surrendered his life to being a Jedi. It was until he knew that he was strong enough in the Force to be able to leave Dagobah and finish his mission to rescue Han. It is represented in the book Return of the Jedi when Luke is walking up to Jabba's palace as a Jedi Knight. It talks about, he stood loosely, without bravado, taking a measure of the place before entering. He is a man now, wiser, like a man, older more from the loss than from the years. Loss of illusions, loss of dependency, loss of friends to war, loss of his sleep to stress, loss of laughter, and loss of a hand. This symbolizes everything he was able to reflect on while being on Dagobah, learning from his past to further develop his future. It continues with, furthermore, he was skilled in his craft of the Jedi now, where before he'd been merely precocious. He was more aware now. Who could afford to be a boy in times such as these? This is the full character arc going all the way back to A New Hope. A farm boy who all he wanted to do was play with his friends, not knowing his place in the galaxy, to now being a powerful Jedi Knight who saw the goodness inside his father that was trapped by darkness. Even the Emperor feared Luke's potential. If he had ever become a Jedi, the boy that destroyed the first Death Star, a battle station that took years to be fully operational to inflict fear all over the galaxy, only to be destroyed within weeks of being operational. The blood of Skywalker flows through Luke, giving him the natural abilities in the Force that would have taken a Padawan during the Clone Wars much more time to perfect. The Emperor hated Luke as something he had no control over. He, as well as much of the galaxy, thought Anakin had killed Padme, and the offspring of Anakin Skywalker died with her. It took Sidious nearly 2 decades to manipulate Anakin's fall to the dark side, placing pawns like Maul and Dooku in certain events for one day Anakin to take their place. Luke was also trained by the 2 Jedi Sidious respected the most, being Obi-Wan Kenobi and Master Yoda. This allowed Luke to stand in front of the Emperor and throw down his weapon to show the Emperor that he had failed, and that Luke will not fall down the same path as his father. So there you have it, my friends. This is why Luke Skywalker had a perfect character arc during the original trilogy. He was transformed from an impatient boy in The Empire Strikes Back to a powerful Jedi Knight that could be the new hope the galaxy needed to redeem his father back to the light. But my friends, I want to hear your thoughts on this matter, and what is your favorite characteristic that Luke possesses that resonates with you the most? As always, have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you all in the next one.